Small CIBIL score mistakes that can close the path to a loan. Imagine a man who has been working for many years. The salary arrives on time, household expenses are managed, and one day he thinks that he should finally buy his own home. He applies for a home loan at the bank. He is fully confident that his income is good, his documents are in order, and the loan will definitely be granted. But a few days later, the reply comes from the bank. Your loan cannot be approved. Hearing the reason, the ground slips from beneath his feet. There was no problem with the income, no problem with the documents, the problem was in the CIBIL score. And the scary part was that the score was ruined not by a major default, but by small habits. Sometimes he used too much of his credit card limit, sometimes he made repeated loan inquiries, sometimes he closed an old card, or sometimes he became a guarantor for a friend's loan. The question is, can such small mistakes really close your path to a loan? And if yes, how can they be corrected in time? A CIBIL score is, in a way, your financial reputation. Just as your words, behavior, and reliability build your image in society, your credit score builds your image in the world of banks and finance companies. This score tells lenders how responsibly you have managed previously taken loans, credit cards, or EMIs. According to TransUnion CIBIL, factors like payment history, credit utilization, credit age, and enquiries affect the score. This means just making payments on time is not enough. How credit is being used is also monitored. A credit card looks like a small plastic card, but in reality it is the bank's trust. The bank tells you to spend now and pay the money back later. This facility feels like freedom to many people. Buying a new phone, shopping, traveling, or paying a restaurant bill, everything becomes easy. But the problem starts when a person begins to consider the credit card as their income. Seeing the card's limit, they feel that this much money belongs to them, whereas the truth is that the money belongs to the bank, and using it is a test of your financial discipline. The first mistake is repeatedly using the full limit of the credit card. Suppose your card's limit is 1 lakh rupees. The bank has technically given you the facility to spend up to 1 lakh. But that doesn't mean exhausting the full limit every month is a good habit. Credit bureaus and lenders look at what portion of the available credit you are using. This is called the credit utilization ratio. CIBIL itself says that keeping overall credit card spend up to 30% of the credit limit is considered healthy, while over-leveraging can affect the score. This is where many people make a mistake. They say, I paid the full bill before the due date, so what's the problem? The problem is that if you repeatedly use the full limit, it can signal to the lender that your needs are greater than your income, or that you are over-dependent on credit. You might be disciplined and making payments on time, but the system looks at the pattern of your behavior. If the card is nearly maxed out every month, the bank feels that this borrower might come under pressure in the future. Therefore, low utilization is necessary not just for the score but for financial safety. The second mistake is repeatedly applying for a loan or credit card. These days, mobile apps, bank messages, and pre-approved offers are visible everywhere. Seeing lines like personal loan in just one click, instant credit card, or no documentation loan, a person starts checking their eligibility repeatedly. Sometimes if one card is rejected, they apply for another, then a third, then a fourth. From the outside, this looks like just an inquiry, but it can appear as a hard inquiry in the credit report. Multiple inquiries in a short period can give lenders the impression that the person is in great need of credit. Lenders like Axis Bank also state that frequent hard inquiries can negatively affect the score, as this can become a signal of financial distress. It is important to understand a difference here. Checking your own credit score is one thing, and putting in a loan application through a bank or NBFC is another. When you check your own score, it is generally considered a soft check. But when a lender evaluates your application, it can become a hard inquiry. Therefore, clicking on every offer without need, trying for a loan at every bank, and putting in multiple applications immediately after being rejected can be harmful to the score. Credit also has an etiquette. Apply only when needed, and before applying, understand the eligibility, income, and repayment capacity. The third mistake is suddenly closing an old credit card. Many people think that closing a card will clean up their financial profile. They think, I don't need the card now, let me close it. But if that card is your oldest credit account, closing it can make the age of your credit history appear shorter. Credit age is an important factor for the score because an old account shows that you have been handling credit responsibly for a long time. TransUnion CIBIL also lists the age of credit as a main factor in CIBIL score calculation. This doesn't mean it's necessary to keep every card for a lifetime. If a card has a very high annual fee, hidden charges, or you are unable to manage it, a decision for closure can be taken. But think before closing the oldest card. Does that card contribute to a long payment history? Can it be kept active with occasional small transactions and timely payments? Does it have a high limit that helps in keeping the utilization ratio healthy? Many times, an old, clean and well-managed credit account works like an asset for your score. The fourth mistake is related to the habit of EMI conversion and minimum payments. After the credit card statement arrives, the bank sends a message, "Convert your bill into EMI." At first glance, this facility looks very good. The burden of heavy shopping becomes smaller. Instead of paying 50,000 at once, an EMI of 5,000 is visible. But the danger is that if a person starts converting every large expense into an EMI, their future income slowly begins to be tied up in advance. No-cost EMIs are also not free. Many times there can be elements like processing fees, GST, discount adjustments or hidden costs. Most importantly, an EMI is also a credit obligation, and a late payment can affect the credit profile. It is important to understand the correct perspective here. Taking an EMI is not wrong in itself. For home loans, education loans, car loans or genuine affordability planning, an EMI is a normal financial tool. The problem arises when a person starts spending more than their repayment capacity. If after seeing the credit card bill every month, it has to be converted into an EMI, or if one is only paying the minimum due, then this is a signal of financial stress. The safest way to use a credit card is to pay whatever you spend in full before the due date. One should not create a trap of interest and late fees for the sake of reward points. The fifth mistake is a mismatch of personal details. In many people's credit reports, the spelling of the name is different, the address is old, the phone number is wrong, there is confusion in PAN mapping, or the status of an old loan account looks incorrect. It seems like a small mistake, but when applying for a loan, mismatches begin to appear in the bank system. If a wrong account is linked to your report, a closed loan appears open, or a paid loan appears overdue, both the score and the approval can be affected. In CIBIL's dispute resolution process, the facility to raise a dispute in sections like personal, contact, employment, account details and inquiry information is provided. Therefore, the credit report should be checked at regular intervals, not just at the time of a loan. Many people don't look at their report for years, and when a loan is needed urgently, they find out there is an error in the report. Then correction takes time, lender confirmation is required, and the loan process gets stuck. CIBIL also says that spotting inaccuracies and using the dispute process helps in keeping the credit report accurate. The sixth mistake is becoming a guarantor or co-borrower for someone else's loan. Out of kinship, friendship and emotions, people immediately say, "Yes, put my name on it." But in the financial world, this is not just a formal signature. Becoming a guarantor means that if the borrower does not make the payment, the lender can demand recovery from you too. Becoming a co-borrower means that your name is also linked to the responsibility of the loan. If the other person misses an EMI, it can affect your credit history as well. Therefore, helping someone is a good thing, but not by putting your own credit profile at risk. The biggest emotional trap in this part is guilt. Someone says, "You are one of our own, just sign." Someone says, "My loan isn't getting approved, it will happen in your name." But a loan is not a small favor. It can be a financial responsibility spanning many years. If the borrower's income is unstable, their repayment habit is bad, or they are already drowning in debt, think 100 times before becoming a guarantor. A signature made to save a relationship can later snatch away your financial freedom. The seventh mistake is taking the due date lightly. Many people do not consider a payment late by 1 or 2 days as serious. They think, "I just forgot, what difference does it make?" But the credit system does not look at emotions in forgetting and default. It looks at the record. Payment history is a major factor of the CIBIL score. Late payments, missed payments, and delinquency can damage the score. A bigger problem than a small late fee is that a late payment can be marked in the report. Therefore, auto debit, calendar reminders, and making the payment a few days before the due date are better habits. The eighth mistake is ignoring the credit mix. If a person has only unsecured loans, such as credit card dues, personal loans, or app-based quick loans, a lender may view them differently. On the other hand, secured loans, like a home loan or car loan, can demonstrate long-term repayment discipline. This doesn't mean taking an unnecessary loan just to increase the score. But it is important to understand that a credit profile is not built by just one card, it is built by overall credit behavior. Responsible borrowing, timely repayment, and controlled utilization. These three things together strengthen the profile. Now the question arises, if the score has been ruined, is everything over? No, a credit score is not a permanent punishment. It is a reflection of your recent and past credit behavior. If you make payments on time, keep utilization low, stop unnecessary enquiries, get report errors corrected, and gradually control your debt, the score can improve. But this requires patience. Just as the score falls gradually from bad habits, it improves gradually from good habits. A smart borrower is not someone who doesn't keep a credit card at all. A smart borrower is one who keeps the credit card as a servant and does not let it become the master. Spend only what you can comfortably pay back from your bank account. Rewards are only good if you don't end up paying interest while chasing them. A limit is only useful if there is no compulsion to use it fully. A loan is only right if the EMI is manageable according to the income. A CIBIL score is not just a number, it is the story of your financial discipline. In today's times, a CIBIL score has become as important as a job salary. For home loans, car loans, personal loans, business loans and credit cards, at many places the lender looks at the score first. A good score can make loan approval easy and can help in interest rate negotiation. Banks like HSBC also state that a good credit score can increase the probability of getting a loan and a credit card and can help with better interest rates. Therefore, the mistake of waking up after the loan is rejected should not be made. Understand your credit report first. Which accounts are open, which are closed, is anything overdue, is there any wrong inquiry or any unknown loan? If something is wrong, raise a dispute. If utilization is high, reduce the balance. If many inquiries have been made, stop new applications for some time. If you feel like closing an old card, understand its impact first. If you are going to become a guarantor, look clearly at the borrower's repayment capacity. The most dangerous thing in the world of CIBIL scores is that the damage appears suddenly, but it builds up slowly. Just as a plant on the balcony doesn't die from not getting water for one day, but withers if neglected every day. Just as a pet thrives not just on love but on care. Similarly, a credit card is not just a status symbol, it is a responsibility. One day of shopping, one small late payment, one unnecessary loan inquiry, one wrong signature, all these look small individually. But together they can ruin your financial image. The real fear of this story is that as long as you don't need a loan, you don't understand the value of a credit score. And when it is needed, a bad score stands in your way. Therefore, do not think of the score as just a number. It is your reliability in the eyes of the bank. If that trust is strong, the door to the loan can open. If that trust is weak, difficulties can arise despite having a good income.
If this video has taught you something new, or if you feel this information should reach more people, don't forget to like and share the video. Your small share can become valuable and useful information for someone else. If you have any questions related to this topic, or if you would like to share your opinion with us, be sure to write in the comment box. We read every question and suggestion from you, because your feedback inspires us to create better content. And if you want to keep receiving such interesting and reliable information about business, the economy, and the world in the future, then don't forget to subscribe to our channel GRT Business and also press the bell icon so that you get notifications of every new video directly. At GRT Business, we always strive to provide you with accurate, balanced, and reliable information. Our news and analysis are prepared based on information obtained from various news agencies, public sources, and public opinion. We make every effort to verify and validate each fact as much as possible. But in case of any possible error or dispute, the responsibility lies with the respective sources. Our only aim is to present you with a correct and trustworthy perspective so that you can understand any topic better.